So before we actually get running with this, I just want to show you the steering. Now it's not got a servo in there, but it's not completely sort of non-proportional, as in it's not on off. So I'll just show you now. If I turn the steering, so unlike non-proportional, you've got a motor in it, it's either on or off. This, although it's got the same setup with a motor in there, it's variable. So I'm not going to say it's fully proportional, but it's definitely a bonus, and it's not going to be as good as a servo, but at least it gives you a little bit more control. Anyway, let's get...
What's up, guys? Welcome to the garage. Today we have got a review for Banggood. This is the new Fayee FY003. This is the BW version. So this one has got the tracks, and it's also got the wheels in there, and it's got the Wi-Fi camera. FY003A, AW with the Wi-Fi, then you've got the B and the BW. Now I believe the BW, the Wi-Fi, is the one that comes including the wheels. I may be wrong, and the tracked version without the Wi-Fi may also come with the wheels as well. But as far as I'm aware, it's the BW version, which is the full package, which has the tracks and the wheels and the Wi-Fi camera. What's interesting about this one is it's down as a 1/16 scale. Now, those of you that are familiar with the MN model, which I've got here, so those that are familiar with this, this is down as a 1/12 scale. So what's going to be interesting is whether the MN model matches to the same size as the Fayee, which we'll look at in a bit. So let's get this out of the box and have a look what's inside. So in the box you get your 5 wheels. You've got your FPV camera with the mobile phone holder for the transmitter. You've got your transmitter. Bad news, it doesn't look like there's any trim on there, so this is going to be non-proportional. We'll talk about that in a minute. Battery charger, and you got a little screwdriver in there and a little blank for your transmitter aerial. And then you got your 6-volt NiCad battery. You also get, I think this is only the yellow ones, I might be wrong, but I didn't get one with my MM models, the green one, but you get a set of stickers so you can make it into a obviously that's meant to say camel trophy, but you can make it look a little bit better, or if you prefer you don't have to put the stickers on, but I kind of like these stickers. I think it looks good, especially on the yellow. So set of stickers, and then you've got the truck. Like I say, this one's the track version you get the wheels with. I'm not a massive fan of these tracks, and there are a few little mods you can do to them, make them stand a little bit better. So Shen RC, he put some fishing wire around the centre just to stop them slipping off, and they're not that bad. I'm just not a big fan of them. And the Fayees, from my previous tests, they run much better with these nice chunky wheels on there. So I was impressed with these, and I've got like 4 sets of these now for my WPLs, because they are, although they're not the softest, they're decent looking wheels, and they do provide quite a bit of grip, even though they're quite hard. I know you're all eager to see how it matches up to the MM models, which is just over there. We'll have a look in a minute. I'm going to swap the tracks for the wheels, and then I'll put it next to the MN, and then we can have a proper look at the size difference. Looks really nice. It's got some really nice scale features on there. You got all your bits of trim. You got a nice front bumper on this one. It looks like it may have, I think it might just have 1 set of LEDs, but these are clear lenses as well, so you could probably put your own in. And then up the back, there's no LEDs at the back, however there is space to put your LEDs, and then your spare wheel will go on the back there. Looks like you may be able to take this top off as well, because there's a few screws around it. The camera mounts in the top there, and then you've got your little Wi-Fi plug that goes in there for your FPV camera. Now I have tested and reviewed an FY001 with the Wi-Fi camera. I'll put a little link to that in the description, and I'll just show you a quick clip now of how this Wi-Fi FPV camera works, just so you can see the quality of it. I'm not going to repeat that review of it for this video, because it's quite time consuming getting the screenshots and stuff like that. So
It is proportional though, it's just hard to get control on the phone app for the proportional bit, but once you get used to it, let's go and see the C24. Or the C14. So there, as you can see, it's not bad, that Wi-Fi camera, a bit of fun. It's quite good to control it with your phone and stuff like that. And that's about it for up top. So the interior is nicely detailed on this one as well. So it's got a little bit more of a scale interior, I'd say, over the MN. Definitely the seats and that look a bit more like a Land Rover Defender. Underneath, just your standard kind of Fayee, WPL, JJRC C-type chassis. This one's got a nice black finish on it. You've got your Fayee axles, which you can swap out the gears for WPL metal gears, but you can also get Fayee metal gears as well for these now. Drive shafts, these drive shafts aren't too bad, they don't tend to fall off that much. And I think there may be a 180 motor in there. There was a 180 on the 002, which made a big difference. I'm hoping that's also a 180 in there, but I'll have a look later to confirm that. And then other than that, it's just your standard multi-link plastic suspension under there with just your friction shocks, and it's not too bad. It provides a bit of suspension. It actually feels a bit stiffer than the previous models, so that might be a good thing. Anyway, I'm going to get the wheels on this, then we're going to match it up next to the MD Models Defender, and then we'll stick the battery in and just see it running. So there it is next to the MN model, and as you can see, there's not a massive amount of difference in it. I got my tape measure. So the Fayee is about 5 inches wide, and the MN models is close enough to maybe 5.5, going on to sort of 5 3/4 inches. Height wise, they both, I'll do it at where the roof sits, and the Fayee's around 7 inches, and so is the MN model. So they're both about the same height. That's a little bit wider. Lengthwise, from the front of the actual truck rather than the bumper, that is about 12 inches in length, that body. The wheelbase is 7, I don't do inches, I'm from the UK. The wheelbase is 20 centimeters, so 7 3/4 inches. And then the actual length of the MN is just over 11 inches with a wheelbase the same. So the same wheelbase as the Fayee, it's just the body's slightly shorter and wider. I'm not sure which one's the better scale. All I know is that's meant to be 1/12 and that's meant to be 1/16. So where we are with that scale, I'm not sure. Maybe that's a 1/14 and that's a 1/14 and they're just slightly off scale between them, or maybe they're both 1/16, or maybe they're both 1/12, who knows. But all I can say is they're too close to be 1/12, 1/16. That's too much of a gap for the scale size. So one of them's not quite right, and I don't know which one it is. But anyway, there you go. There's the Fayee FY003. We're going to take this for a run now. I'm going to do a little run with the tracks, and then we're going to put the wheels back on, because like I've said, I do prefer actually running it with the wheels, and we'll see how it gets on, and I'm sure it's going to perform as well as the other Fayees I've tested, which isn't too bad, apart from that non-proportional steering. Anyway, cheers for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you next time. So as you can see by the tracks aren't my favourite because they do slip a little bit. So as you can see at this bit of the tracks, they are struggling. So what we'll do is we'll swap over to the wheels in a minute, and then we'll come back to this exact spot and we'll put the wheels on and we'll see if it makes a difference. I think it will, because these tracks do get stuck sometimes and then it does struggle, as you can see. So swap over to the wheels now, and then we'll see the difference it makes. And I think it will make a difference. As I've said previously, I do prefer the wheels on these. And you can see straight away the extra power and speed this thing's got just with the wheels. Them tracks do zap quite a bit of the power. So exact same spot as the tracks, and this will just show you the difference here. Absolutely no problems at all.